and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jody, and on my channel I talk about Broadway and books. And in today's video, I'll be continuing my Broadway show series where I talk about every Broadway show I ever saw over the 20 years I was seeing Broadway shows on a regular basis, also known as the best years of my life. So as per usual with the series on my channel, I will talk about who was in the cast of my performance, who was on the creative team, any favorite songs or moments I have from the show, highlight the show itself, and anything interesting I find in the playbill along the way. So without any further ado, let's get on to today's show. So today I'll be talking about the 14th Broadway show I ever saw, which was a stage adaptation of the film The Full Monty. So I saw this show in October 2001 on a bus trip at the Eugene O'Neill Theater, and this theater is now current home to the Broadway musical The Book of Mormon. So now let's get on to what's in the playbill. So here is the page with the credits for, everyone involved in the show. Here is a page with the headshots for the lead and supporting performers. And then the page with the understudies, chorus, and standbys. And then last but not least, the cast list. So this show had a really amazing cast. You had Patrick Wilson, John Elise Conley, Jason Delaney, Andre DeShields, Emily Skinner, Annie Golden was in this. Just in a really amazing cast. I actually didn't realize Annie Golden was in the show until I looked in the playbill again, and she was in one of my favorite Broadway shows, Xanadu, so that was pretty cool to learn. Also, I didn't realize Dennis Jones was in the show. Before he was, I guess, a Broadway choreographer, he was a Broadway actor as well. He did the choreography for, I know, the musical Tootsie. I'm sure he's done other shows at this point, but only one I can remember off the top of my head. Also, Matthew Stock was in the show, and I believe he was in the Broadway musical The Wedding Singer, and that's like my favorite show ever. But this had a really great cast. Like, obviously these days, more people know Patrick Wilson from movies and from Broadway, but he did Broadway, before he became a big movie star. So yeah, everybody was really amazing this show, really great performances. And as far as the creative team, this had an amazing creative team. Terrence McNally wrote the book, David Yazbek wrote the music and lyrics, Jerry Mitchell choreographed the show, Jack O'Brien directed it. Just like an amazing cast. I've seen so much of members of this creative team go on to do other Broadway shows that I really enjoyed and liked. So super cool to see the show that they were involved in. And as far as how I like the show, I really like this show. It was a really great story, and it was like a heartwarming story about like the underdogs trying to like win, and it was just like, it was really a sweet story. I really enjoyed the show. As far as like favorite moments from the show, I really don't have any. I just like the show itself. It's been a really long time since I've seen the show, so I don't remember absolutely everything I saw when I saw it. But yeah, I just remember I really like the show. It's one of those shows I look back fondly on. I don't know if I said that correctly. But as far as the score, I'll get to the cast, the musical numbers. Now this was a score that with the exception of the finale, which is called Let It Go, but not to be confused with the Broadway musical Frozen song. I remembered that song, not how the melody went or anything, but just because it's a pretty big moment in the show. If you know what The Full Monty is about, you know what I mean. Yeah, I didn't really remember any of the songs per se. I kind of had to go back and listen to some of the songs, and I was like, oh wow, I remember I really like this song. And yeah, there were a few songs in here that I do like when I re-listened to the score. What I really liked about David Yazbek's songwriting is that a lot of his songs in his shows are about like really getting to know the characters. It's a very character-based driven score, especially this one. And you know, you get to know what the characters are going through, what they're feeling, what they're thinking. And I would say his score, well, I'm not sure about the other scores he's done, but this one, because this is the one I'm talking about today, this show. This score in particular, the music and lyrics kind of like balance one another out perfectly. I wouldn't say one doesn't outshine the other. Like it's a perfect blend of, you know, lyrics and music. And the songs that I really like are Man, and I don't want to curse on my show, on my channel, so I'm just going to call it Big A Rock. I really, really like that song. And obviously, I remember the last number in the show, Let It Go. I don't remember how it. That's the one song I didn't like listen to because I just remember that song already. But yeah, just a nice score from like I said, what I re-listened to. But sometimes we see so many Broadway shows, you just forget songs. What can you say? What can I say? And now for anything interesting I find in the playbill. So like I said, I saw this show in October of 2001. There we go. And yeah, a lot of shows had started on Broadway. I just opened on Broadway, such as Mamma Mia, the very well-known show Mamma Mia. I actually got to see this on Broadway 3 times, and I enjoyed it every single time. It was such a fun show. And then, actually, Ian McKellen and Helen Mirren were in a Broadway show called Dance of Death. I never got to see the show, but I totally remember when this was on Broadway. I believe it played at the Broadhurst Theater. And then there's a whole article in here about that show. And then continues on to the next page. And then there was an advertisement in here for the show I just previously talked about in my previous video. And that was Kiss Me Kate, a really nice advertisement. And so I'll just tell you now what next Broadway show I will be talking about in my next video is my 15th Broadway show, which was my second time seeing the Broadway musical Cabaret, right over there. And so yeah, today was where I talked about my 14th Broadway show I ever saw, which was a stage adaptation of the film The Full Monty. And yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. And thank you so very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, bye.